is going to be like this. You calculate, the ratio is the same, so 3 over 2 is equals to x over 14. Make sure you know how to calculate, because tomorrow we will have the same kind of question with different numbers. You just have to use this procedure, this step by step to calculate. Okay? Okay, Kalia? So I will work a few questions from each kind of questions. The first kind of questions that you're going to find on the quiz today and also on the test tomorrow is this: simplify the rational expressions. Let's work letter A. And the simple thing you have to do here is, well, check the fraction, the rational expression, 28. Let me rewrite here just to make sure I see everything, I understand everything. So 14a squared b cubed. Now you simplify. Start with the coefficients, the numbers. Try to simplify. We can divide 28 by 14 is 2. We can simplify now each variable. Letter A, the variable a, we can simplify this a squared by subtracting from this exponent here at the top, and we can just cancel out b3 with b3. Cool? This is 3 cubed minus this 2. The answer, the result is 2 times a. On the denominator, we're not going to have anything, everything was cancelled, so the answer is just 2 times a. And we will skip a few questions, so letter B will skip, but you come back at the end, and at least I'm going to give you the answers, okay? Letter C, check this, you have to remember how to factor it out. We can use AC method. A times C is 3, and B equals -4. You need to find two numbers. This multiplication of these two numbers is 3, and the addition of the two numbers -4. The two numbers are going to be, after you think a little bit, you're going to find out the two numbers are going to be -1 and -3. Okay, so you can rewrite this as x minus 1 times x minus 3. And check what can you simplify. Definitely x minus 3 you can cancel out. The only thing that will be left after you do simplifications is x minus 1. Now skip letter D. Let's move to the next kind of question. The next kind of question that we have is to multiply or divide as indicated, right? So we have this multiplication. Remember, to multiply, you just put together all the numerators and all the denominators under the same bar. You're going to multiply all the numerators and you're going to multiply all the denominators. So multiply here, multiply all the denominators. That's how you do multiplication. What you have to do is actually after you, or before you multiply, after you multiply, you have to identify all the factors that you can simplify. So check this. This one, 3a plus 9, you can factor out as 3 times a plus 3, right? It's the same thing as 3a plus 9. And at the bottom, you're going to have 6a plus 18. And we can factor out 6. 6 times a plus 6. It's important because we're going to find a few things, a few factors that can be cancelled out. A plus, oops, no, my mistake. This is 3. A plus 3, you can simplify with a plus 3. 6, you can divide by 3 and is 2. A squared, you can simplify and subtract here from the exponents. The answer, what's left after all the simplifications? On the numerator, you're going to have a exponent 3 minus 2, a 1. And at the bottom, see, we will have number 2. The only thing that's left is 2. That is the answer for letter E. Skip letter F, go to G, letter G. Now is a division. And remember, division we can transform into a multiplication by changing the symbol and flipping. We will flip the next fraction after the division symbol. So x minus 4y over, and we can factor out x here, x times x plus y, and multiplication, right? Multiplication, flip. Let's flip this thing here. We can rewrite, because this is a difference of perfect squares. We have a formula, is x minus y times x plus y, remember? And finally this thing here, we're gonna flip, this becomes the denominator, and we can factor out 5. 5 times 4y minus x. Cool? Check this. Find everything that can be cancelled out, that can be simplified. So x plus y can be cancelled out with x plus y. And x minus 4y is the opposite of 4y minus x. We can cancel, but remember that this will remain a negative 1 here, because they are opposites. So we still have a negative 1. At the very end, when you simplify everything, you still keep the negative 1, you still keep x minus y on the numerator, and you're still gonna keep 5 and x, 5 times x, on the denominator. This is the same thing. You can write, both ways are correct. Y minus x over 5x. Okay? Both ways are correct. Let's skip letter H, and I give you later the answer. If we can have time, we can work it out. Let's try the next kind of questions that we have. Add or subtract as indicated. Okay? To add or subtract, the first step is to find the least common denominator. We have x squared, and x cubed. So the least common denominator. You find the unique factor, which is x, and you keep the highest exponent, which is 3. Cool? Now you're gonna write the whole thing under the same least common denominator. The first fraction is 1 over x, so you need to multiply by x squared on the bottom and x squared on the top to have the least common denominator. The second fraction is 1 over x squared, so you need to multiply by x on the top and x on the bottom to have the least common denominator, x cubed, so plus x. And the last one is already x cubed as the denominator. You don't need to multiply by anything. We just keep negative 1. And that is the answer. This is the addition and subtraction. Addition and subtraction. Okay? Skipping letter J. Let's work with letter K. This is an interesting one. Check the denominators. 2y minus 1 and 1 minus 2y. You don't need to find least common denominator. Actually, is going to be 2y minus 1 because they are the same. You just need to change the sign. Keep this one, 2y minus 1. And the next, you can change the sign. You can factor out negative 1. And then you're going to have negative instead of positive 3 over 2y minus 1. Right? You have the same denominator, 2y minus 1. And on the numerator, you have y minus 3. That is the right answer. Cool? Let's skip letter L and move to the next kind of question. Simplify the complex fraction. And we can use, remember, you can use method number 1 or method number 2. If you have a single fraction on the numerator, a single fraction on the denominator, I think the best option is method number 1. For method number 1, we're going to rewrite this as a division, and we will flip this one here on the bottom. We're going to flip and make it into a multiplication, right? We're going to change this into a multiplication. So it's 2x over 3x squared minus 3. And let's rewrite this, because 3x squared minus 3, we can rewrite as 3x squared minus 1. Cool? Divided by 4x over 6x minus 6, but we will change this into a multiplication, so we need to flip. And the 6x minus 6 we can rewrite as 6 times x minus 1. And 4x will flip, it becomes a denominator, 4x. Check what can you simplify. We can simplify this x with this. We can simplify 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 4 is 12. And look at that, x squared minus 1, a special case, is the same thing as x squared minus 1 squared. Is x minus 1 times x plus 1. That's very cool, because you can simplify x minus 1, you can cancel out, and the only thing that is left is 1 on the numerator, and the denominator x plus 1. Okay? Skipping letter M and moving to letter O. Check this. Now I think it's better to use method number 2, because we have 2 fractions on the numerator. See? If you have 2 fractions, I think you can use method number 1, but you have to put together these 2 fractions, you have to combine. But I think method number 2 is better. Check this. We have x, we have xy, and we have x squared as denominators. The unique factors are x and y. The highest exponent is are 2 on x and just 1 on y. The least common denominator, x squared times y. Now multiply on both the top and the bottom by x squared y and x squared y. Okay? The result is going to be, I think you can squeeze it here, 2x squared y over x minus x squared y over xy. And at the bottom we have 4x squared y over x squared. Simplify x squared with x squared. What else? What else can you simplify? Simplify everything that you can. This x we can take it off from these exponents. We can simplify this, the same thing. Simplify. Y cancel out with that y. And the thing that is left. Alexander, the bell work is 21. 21. The bell work 21. Well, remember, tomorrow you have the same question with different numbers. Okay, so make sure you understand how to calculate the bell work. What the things that are left, that are still, we get rid of all the denominators on the top and on the bottom. So we have 2x squared. No, not squared. 2x y minus x over 4y. That's it. That's the answer. Cannot simplify any further. That's it. Skip letter P. Let's work letter Q. Find the least common denominator. And the unique factor that we have is See, this is x minus 1, and we have 1 minus x. They are opposites. We don't need to have, we cannot say they are different unique factors. No, they are the same, but opposites. The same with different signs. We can use x minus 1 as a unique factor, as the least common denominator. So multiply on the top, x minus 1, and at the bottom, by x minus 1. Multiply. The answer, the result is 3 times x minus 1 minus x minus 1 over 1 minus x over 2 times x minus 1 over x minus 1 plus 2 times x minus 1. Okay? What can you simplify here? This x minus 1 cancel out with x minus 1, and this x minus 1 cancel with 1 minus x, but there's something remaining here, negative 1. They are opposites, so it remains negative 1 here at the top. Don't forget to apply distributive property here and there. Then we will have 3x minus 3 minus negative 1, negative with negative positive, plus 1 over, and here at the bottom we have 2 plus 2 times x, 2 times negative 1, negative 2. The final answer is 3x, negative 3 plus 1, negative 2, over 2x. That is the final answer. Okay? Now, moving on to the next kind of question. The next kind of question that we have on the quiz is to solve equations. This is from yesterday's topic, solve equations. Remember this? Let's try. And we have 42 over a squared minus 4 over a equals negative 1 over a. First step, find the least common denominator. The unique factor is a, the highest exponent is squared. Okay? Multiply all the terms of this equation by a squared, so we will have 42a squared over a squared minus 4a squared over a equals negative a squared over a. Cool? Cancel out a squared with a squared. Cancel this a and subtract here from the exponent. 2 minus 1. Cancel this as well. Subtract from the exponents. And the result is 42 minus 4a equals negative a. Move this negative 4a to the other side, becomes positive. Then you have 42 equals 4a minus a. A equals 3a equals 42. A equals 42 divided by 3, 14. Cool. Skip letter S. Move on, and we're going to skip letter S. Go to letter T. What is the least common denominator? First step to solve equations is to find the least common denominator, and the least common denominator here, you first need to factor it out. Check this, t squared minus 2t. We can factor out t times t minus 2. The unique factors to find the least common denominator, they are t is one unique factor, another unique factor is t minus 2. So we have Unique factors t times t minus 2. Cool. Multiply the first 4 times t minus 2 over t minus 2 equals, then multiply 8 times t minus 2 over t minus 2. And sometimes you have a lot of factors, a lot of things resulting from this multiplication, but don't get scared because you're going to be able to simplify a lot of stuff. Check this out. T minus 2 cancel out with t minus 2, and here as well, t minus 2 with t minus 2, t with t. And the only thing that's left is for t equals to 8. See, it looks scary, but after you cancel out, simplify everything that you can, 4t equals to 8, t equals 2. Right? Moving on. Next one, let's move to, we can do this, let's move to letter V. Letter V. We skip, but I'm going to give you the answers, okay? Don't worry, I'm going to give you the answers. The ones that we skipped, we will try to work if we have some time left. If not, I give you the answers. And first you need to realize this is the same thing as x squared minus 6 squared. Remember, this is difference of perfect squares. You can factor it out. Difference of perfect squares is equals to x minus 6 times x plus 6. Right? Remember this. So this is the same thing as x minus 6 over x plus 6. And the least common denominator, the unique factors are x plus 6 and x minus 6. So x minus 6 times x plus 6, the least common denominator. Multiply on the first fraction, we have x minus 6 times x plus 6. We multiply the first fraction, and then at the bottom x plus 6. The second fraction we have here 72 times the least common denominator, x minus 6, x plus 6, and at the bottom we will have x minus 6, x plus 6. And this is kind of scary because you have a large expression, but be calm, because you have to look all the things you can cancel out, you can simplify. See? And lots of things will be simplified. And at the end, you have something simpler, much simpler, like this. X minus 6 is the only thing left on the left hand side of the equation, and 72 is the only thing left on the right hand side of the equation. Move this negative 6 to the other side, change the sign to positive, and then x equals 72 plus 6, 78. And yes, let's work with the last one, the last letter W. Well, we need the least common denominator. Let me see, the least common denominator. We know this is y times y plus 3, right? We can factor it out. So the least common denominator are the unique factors. We have y and we have y plus 3. Now we multiply the left and the right by the least common denominator. Multiply the whole thing by the least common denominator, okay? Multiply, and we will have the first the first fraction, the first term of this equation. 1 over y plus 3 times y over y plus 3 over y plus 3. Okay, this is 1 times, you don't need to represent 1, but anyways, just to remember that we are multiplying. Now the second one, 3 times y plus 3 over y plus 3. This is equals to what? 6 times y plus 3 over y, no, just y, yes, just y. After all the simplifications, and this cancel out, this will cancel out as well, the y cancel out, and this y here will cancel out. Don't forget to apply distributive property on this side, because you have 6 times parentheses y plus 3. So y is left here on the first fraction. What is left on the second fraction? Just 3 equals, under at the end we simplify this. At the end we have 6y plus 3 times 6, 18. Move this y, this it becoming negative, negative y. Move this 18 to the other side, it becomes a negative 18. Then we have 3 minus 18 equals 6y minus y. And 6y minus y, 5y, 3 minus negative 18, negative 15. If you do all the simplifications and addition property, multiplication property, you're going to find that y equals negative 5. Negative 15 divided by 3, negative 5. Alright, we still have a few minutes. Let me zoom out all the work we have done. I know we skipped a few questions, but I'm going to give you the answers so you can check, you can be confident when you submit your quiz. Let me show in 2 steps, okay? The first step is going to be from A to L. This one, from A to L. Let me fill out the answers that are missing. Letter B. Just change one thing here. Okay. Letter B is xc squared over 5. Letter D, negative a minus 3. Letter F, negative 3 over 2. Letter H, 3x plus 24. Letter J, J is 6x plus 8 over x minus 2, x plus 2, or x squared minus 4. That's up to you, it's the same thing. Letter L, a minus 4 over 2a plus 6. Now, make sure you take a picture or a screenshot. Okay, we have all the Now we're going to move to the answers from M to W.